create a life outside of services requires finding a path to belonging in community. When communities exclude or segregate people with developmental disabilities, people cannot thrive because the opportunity to find belonging and purpose in life does not exist for them. Exclusion harms people and communities. To build a good life outside of social services for people with a developmental disability means we need to find a way to connect the person back to their community. The way to do this is by matching the person's gifts with other people in the community who share the same interests as they do. This is the path to belonging. People connect into a community by sharing their personal gifts with others. As people connect with others in their community through shared interests and contributions, they build a social network and personal influence. Relationship building is vital to the strength of a community, and it is also how people find meaning and purpose. Welcoming people with diverse gifts, perspectives, and personal assets builds a strong community.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking our call today from Community Living Parry Sound. For everybody watching and listening to the video today, I'd like to introduce Dave Prideaux, who is the superintendent of Killbear Provincial Park, which falls under the auspices of the Ministry of Environment, Conservation, and Parks. If people don't know, Killbear Provincial Park is a wonderful park that is situated on the shores of Georgian Bay. The park has over 900 campsites and is full almost year-round from the time it opens in May until the time it closes in late October. So thank you, Dave, for taking our call today. Why I'm calling is to thank your organization for reaching out with people with disabilities and in terms of requirements to consult on your plans for an accessible viewing platform at Killbear Provincial Park. That one phone call opened up the door of opportunity for Rebecca Jones, someone we support here at Community Living, to fulfill her goal of assisting the district and the town of Parry Sound to improve accessibility design for people of all abilities. And as I understand it, there is a project that is being done by the Friends of Killbear, which is a nonprofit organization that raises funding for projects for Killbear Provincial Park. And the project is called the Twin Points Barrier-Free Access and Viewing Platform. And the hope is to raise $160,000 for this platform. And hopefully in September 2021, the project can start to be constructed. So I'd like to just ask you, and again, thank you for all the work that you have done with Community Living Parry Sound. I know that your staff have attended many events at Community Living Parry Sound, and also thank you for employing many people we support at Community Living Parry Sound through the stewardship program and also the ranger program. So I thank you, Dave, and it's a long introduction, but it's well worth it. So I turn this over to you and the reason that you called Rebecca Jones.
Well, thank you. It's been a great partnership with your organization. And as you know, we've been a partner with Community Living for quite a few years now. And as you said, we've employed some of your clients and also had some of your clients volunteer here at Killbear. When our Friends of Killbear group decided to start fundraising for that accessible boardwalk and viewing platform, we started the planning phase. After working with a designer on site at Killbear and through email correspondence, he sent us his preliminary plan. And then after working with our friends group, and especially one of the board members who has accessible limitations on modifications to the plan that was sent to us, we thought your organization and your clients might be able to look at the plans and give us their input and suggestions. After a really quick contact with one of your staff and forwarding our preliminary plans to them, your communications and events coordinator, Tricia Bain, presented our plans and idea at your next board meeting. Your board approved the meeting, and then Tricia set the meeting up for our chief park naturalist, Kenton Otterbein, our assistant superintendent, Adam Thompson, and I to meet with her and one of your clients, Rebecca Jones, which I've known before, and I call her Becky. At that meeting, Becky reviewed our large set of preliminary construction plans. And after asking some more questions, she explained to us her recommendations regarding the view from a wheelchair and access to the viewing platform, which really opened our eyes to further needs, even on top of the designer's building code. Becky also showed us all her options and limitations with her own motorized wheelchair, as well as other options and limitations with other chairs we were not aware of before this meeting. We took Becky's recommendations back to her designer and the Friends of Killbear, and they were all impressed with the recommendations that Becky had made. The designer made her recommended changes, which are now incorporated into our final design and construction plans that the Friends of Killbear are currently raising money for. We're hoping now to be able to start construction on this major project pending donations in the next couple of years.
Great, thank you, Dave. And because of that one phone call to Rebecca, she has now been accepted to the Town of Parry Sound Accessibility Committee and will play a large part in designing accessibility projects throughout the Town of Parry Sound. And she is very excited about that opportunity. And of course, the Town of Parry Sound is very happy. So her sense of belonging in the community has just taken off and is a valuable member now, contributing because of her expertise and her want to ensure that accessibility needs in this area are met by organizations. So thank you very much for reaching out. And I just want to once again say that we appreciate the partnership to make the people that we support belong in the community.
First question.
You ready for the first question?
Yes, please.
Okay, so could you tell me about your passion in improving accessibility in your community?
It's a hard one, but I'll try. My passion is to help everyone. Like, if they can't access anything, it's kind of hard to get to know what people need and what they want. Like, I take the cab everywhere I try to go because that is inclusion. So everybody can be included. Because inclusion is very important in any community. Without accessibility, people don't feel included.
Thanks, Rebecca.
You're welcome.
So you made a couple connections with Killbear and with the Town of Parry Sound. Tell me about how these connections have impacted your independence.
Another hard one. Goodness. They have impacted my independence so much. Because now I'm able to be out more and meet new people, which I love.
And also, adding to that question, Rebecca, how have these connections impacted pursuing your personal goals? For example, the accessibility consultant.
Good question. We didn't realize there's more work that needs to be done to include everyone. We've done baby steps, but I realize now that there's a lot more work needs to be done that I have never realized, or that people don't realize. There's way more work to be done to include people so that people are not left out.
Thank you so much, Rebecca.
You're welcome.